Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Oh yes, fear is out there. It is palpable as XRP, along with the rest of the crypto asset class, has been panicking for much of the day. Prices plummeting, but that has represented opportunity for a lot of people, and actually we've been seeing a fair bit of recovery since the most notable portion of this crypto crash today. And it's, you know what it is? It's silly humans using emotion to make important financial decisions. Although that's not all that's happening here today. There are some automatic liquidations. So, look, I know people are going to be looking for some reassurance today, so let's just take a big look, a look at the big picture, because there's still so much opportunity in crypto. And I will tell you here at the outset, the price action we've seen today, it does not indicate that the macro bullish picture for crypto has changed. Absolutely, we're still anticipating that one big leg up. This is just some noise in between. But yeah, that final blow off top at the end of this market cycle that I'm certainly expecting, as are all of the analysts that I follow, nothing that happened today is changing that. So that's why, for me, I understand people are freaking out. Now, you might ask, Moon Lambeau, did you feel emotions about this? Did this scare you? To which I would respond, no, because emotions are stupid, so I just don't have them. Now, I do want to be clear, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos all up on the internet, but it's just as a fun hobby. And now, as I record this, XRP is at $1.12. Bitcoin is at $46,704. Market cap for the asset class, a little over 2.1 trillion. And Bitcoin dominance at 41.46%. And it is 7:10 p.m. as I record this Central Standard Time on Tuesday, September 7th. And so the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, I wanted to pull this up. So this updates every 24 hours at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I pulled up this page right before it updated, and you can see here that the Crypto Fear and Greed Index is showing that the market's in extreme greed. Now, I knew that wasn't the case at this point because, again, it just updates once per day. So I was like, I wonder how bad it's going to be once 7 o'clock rolls around. And it was bad. It went from 79 out of 100, indicating, again, extreme greed, down to 47 out of 100, which is actually just neutral. So the market's not in fear yet, but damn, that sentiment has tanked to the downside over a span of about a third of a day. Things happen quick in crypto, right? Insanity. So what is going on here? Well, a number of things. I want to share with you this tweet from my fellow XRP YouTuber, the Blockchain Backer. And he's referencing a few things here, including the fact that there was an attempted XRP pump group in the beginning part of this year, which ended up panning out the same way that I anticipated it would. Anytime there's a sort of pump group, hey, everybody get together, we're all going to buy on this date and time. Well, people start selling at that time or right before it, typically, no matter what the cryptocurrency is. So we saw it with XRP earlier this year. We saw it with Dogecoin earlier this year. And today, we saw it with Bitcoin, which resulted in the entire market tanking. But anyway, here's a tweet from the Blockchain Backer. He wrote, remember when this happened with XRP on February 1st? A timed plan buy for retail investors usually does the exact opposite and prices plummet. The fact that they are doing it at the 702 retrace as well is suspicious, as if it is some institution wrecked plan for retail buyers. And so he also shared a tweet from Michael Saylor, who of course is the founder and CEO of MicroStrategies. I'm assuming that most of you are going to be aware of who he is at this point. Mega Bitcoin maximalist. And so yesterday he tweeted out the following, because El Salvador, they have adopted Bitcoin as legal tender within the country. It's an actual currency within their country, even though nobody on the damn planet is realistically using Bitcoin to buy anything because it's technologically insufficient for that use case. And just from an energy perspective, from a time perspective, a cost per transaction perspective, none of these things are good for Bitcoin. But here's a tweet from Michael Saylor. He wrote, and again, this is yesterday. On September 7th, El Salvador will officially begin using Bitcoin as its national currency alongside the US dollar. Every cyber hornet I know is planning to buy $30 in Bitcoin tomorrow in solidarity with the people of El Salvador and their leader, who's the president, Nayib Bukele, whose name I'm probably butchering, not intentionally. And then he asked, will you join us? And this is a poll. 83.6% responded yes. 16.4% responded no. So look, he's got a bunch of Bitcoin maxi people and pro-Bitcoin people following him. I mean, I follow him. I'm not a maximalist, but I follow him too. So not surprising to see that many people who responded to that poll question with yes. But what was actually likely to happen all along? I mean, come on, guys. We've seen this movie before. You don't ever technically know for sure, but what was likely to occur? Well, of course, you get to get the word out like this to this degree, and right around this level, where you're likely to see pullbacks anyway, it could be a situation where this is kind of like, on top of the fact that pump groups just, they don't work, it's like the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, we'd been moving too much to the upside anyway, too, so pretty damn quickly, frankly, and Bitcoin got up to it in the last 24 hours, mind you, $52,909, and so it crashed almost $10,000 lower down to $44,550 ultimately. That's the 24-hour low. And so right around that level, that's the level where, if you've been watching the videos where I talk about price, I've been noting that the analysts that I follow say anywhere in this range, whether, you know, they kind of vary, they vary in opinions, but right around whether it's $50, $51, $52,000, anywhere around there, roughly, the analysts that I follow have been saying, okay, just watch out, there's probably going to be a pullback. So maybe we would have seen something anyway, but that being the case in conjunction with this coordinated buy effort for Bitcoin didn't go well. And so all sorts of people ended up getting completely liquidated. Yeah, buying with margin, not such a good idea. That's something I'm never going to do. And so here's another tweet from the blockchain backer. And this one's good, though. He wrote, many of these altcoins just showed massive buy volume in the last hour that far exceeded the sell volume from the hour prior. Still a monitor situation, but that's for sure what you want to see. Yeah, if you want a reversal back to the upside, that is what you want to see. And he tweeted that out this morning. That was at 11:02 a.m. And indeed, markets have been climbing back upward. After XRP, by the way, got as low as $1.02. You know, was it just yesterday? I believe it was up to $1.41. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was literally yesterday. I saw it as high as $1.41 yesterday, and then today it's down to $1.02 because XRP is following Bitcoin along with the rest of the market. So there you go. So like to me, none of this is a cause for emotional alarm or anything like that. I certainly don't feel like this is some sort of scary thing. It doesn't change. Then again, I've been in crypto for almost 4 years at this point. I jumped in November 2017, and I've been here for every up and down since then. And none of it has caused me to exit into United States dollars, and none of it has caused me to sell one single XRP. I've never sold a single XRP in my entire life, although I do plan to. As soon as price is much higher and I'm sufficiently enticed, oh, absolutely. But all sorts of people just seeing what's happening today. It's like, okay, time to back up the truck, load up all the XRP, just scoop right in the flatbed, put it right in the flatbed. I'm going to drive away with this, which is what people have been doing with XRP and pretty much every other crypto across the board, as things have started to rebound a bit to the upside. So still down on the whole. That's why it looks like a sea of red, even as I scroll through Live Coin Watch here. Yeah, over the last 24 hours, things are still down despite this, but lately things been moving a bit to the upside, which is, again, what you'd expect and hope to see in an environment like this. And then there was this. There was a tweet from somebody who tagged Credible Crypto. He's talking about Credible Crypto chart analyst's most recent YouTube video having to do with XRP price action, which I mentioned somewhat recently. Credible Crypto, because he's been expecting us to hit some higher levels, let's say. He thinks most likely XRP will peak out this market cycle between $20 to $30. So he's very bullish on this. He thinks it'll be no less than $10. So these people that sold their XRP today for $1.02, I suspect they're going to look back in the future with tremendous regret. That would be my suspicion. But anyway, so this individual, tagged Credible Crypto, wrote, still think we are in an impulsive move upwards to the $1.50 and then $2 zone? Or do you see more downwards action? Thanks for all you do. And that was from just a few hours ago. And so understandably, when you see a big correction like this, people want to know if it changes the calculus for a chart analyst like Credible Crypto, and he responded with the following. If you haven't seen it yet, now is the time to do so to understand why I am backing up the truck with XRP here. You can watch it here, and then he provided a link. And so he's just like every other analyst that I follow, they're all viewing this the same, and they're not emotionally responding. They have enough knowledge and experience within this asset class to recognize that this is an opportunity, right? That's how a lot of people actually are viewing it too. Now, I'm currently not purchasing any cryptocurrency. I'd say my bags are pretty well packed at this point, but if I were in a mood to purchase, this would have been a good day to do it for me. But I haven't bought XRP since October last year because it's been my plan, hopefully, to end up holding it for at least a year before selling so that, where I live in the United States, the tax implications, if you hold for at least a year, not nearly as bad. So that's been my plan. I'm actually almost there. I think I'm actually going to make it, right? But you never know. Then again, XRP went from 20-something cents up to almost $4 in about 2.5 weeks. So we'll just have to see. But for my own selfish Moon Lambo reasons, I am hoping that XRP can hold off until at least the beginning part of October before going on its final moon mission. But I don't suppose it's going to happen quite that quickly. Most analysts think it's more likely to be the end of this year or early next year when you really start to see Bitcoin hit its blow off top. So we'll see. We'll see. I will be here patiently waiting. And now here's another tweet from Credible Crypto. This is at 10:45 a.m. this morning. And he wrote, "This was just a buy the dip opportunity. Those who watched my last YouTube video on XRP will remember the wick zone. Clearly, it did its job." And then here's the chart that at that time as markets were not looking so hot. But that is how he's viewing it. It's just a buy the dip opportunity. This doesn't mean that things are going to go to zero, but people always feel like whatever is happening in the moment in terms of price direction, it's just going to keep doing that forever. And as a result, I must take action right now. When data just shows the people that just have a longer term like just outlook in general, and maybe don't feel like they must do something when the market's going bonkers, the data shows that those people do better. The people that just have a hands-off approach, the data says they do better, which is why I'm not trying to get in and out of positions on a regular basis or anything like that, because it wouldn't work, especially if I'm doing it for emotional reasons. No thank you. About 90 to 95% of traders lose money. I'm not interested in doing that either. And so here's a tweet from Credible Crypto 18 hours ago, before all of this negative price action began here, and he was talking about this level. It's roughly $52,000 price level for Bitcoin. He wrote, $52,000 has been met. This is our make it or break it region. Keep things simple. Until we clear this region, we risk a potential correction down to $40,000 or lower. Once cleared, new all-time high. Altcoins look great, so if we do correct, I am simply buying more altcoins. So then he retweeted that just a few hours ago and wrote, I'm simply buying more alts. That's it, exactly. And so again, that's what I was saying just a few minutes ago. It does appear that this attempted pump group here, but I'm just going to call it that, that's what resulted in the entire global crypto markets just cratering downward. But again, you're at this level where on top of that, it was probably more likely to happen anyway, because we've been seeing some very positive action, price action to the upside anyway. Oh, silly humans making important financial decisions based on whatever's happening in the moment. Oh, not Moon Lambo, though. Not Moon Lambo. And then Credible Crypto also tweeted this out. No, we aren't magically in a bear market now, LOL. This was just the region from which we were most likely to see a midterm rejection. We've had this level on our radar for nearly 2 months now. Relax, zoom out, and stack sats. I like that tweet. And then here's a chart analyst DIY investing. He wrote, I hope you guys bought the dip. And this is just a few hours ago. It's 4:27 p.m. Central Standard Time. He wrote, I hope you guys bought the dip. It happened faster than I thought, but that just means we're getting upside sooner rather than later. And he also wrote in a separate tweet, the biggest bull run in the crypto cycles is heating up. With this dip, we are getting a rare chance to accumulate altcoins in a 20 to 30% discount. Use this time wisely. The bubble is just starting. Oh, yes, indeed. And so I haven't mentioned this in a long time, but from 2015 through 2017, into 2017, which is when Bitcoin fully inflated its bubble up to almost $20,000, its then all-time high price. Along that journey, that 2-year period, There were 9 major pullbacks of Bitcoin price action that averaged 37% down. 37%, meaning some were higher, some were lower. But yeah, 37%. None of those instances meant that the bubble wasn't going to keep on inflating. Until we hit that final blow off top, and you'll know it when you see it. You will absolutely know it when you see it, because every altcoin under the sun is going to be popping off, and that will be a strong indication that the end is very, very, very near. Like, it's pretty much there. So it's still coming. It hasn't happened yet. This is how humans behave, and the money cycles through every altcoin on the planet, basically. So we see that. I think it's very unlikely that we're at the tail end of this. I really don't think so. And so no, I'm very chill about this. And then there was this from a popular chart analyst, Will Clemente, who tweeted out the following. And this is at 12:39 p.m. today. So things had already been moving to the downside, and here's what he wrote. Reminds me of when we were grinding towards new highs in November last year, and then we had a 20% plus liquidation cascade on Thanksgiving. Was the last shakeout before all-time highs. And so then, it's a good tweet, because even back then, and I remember it was doomsday time. It was the end of the world. Oh my gosh. Except for it actually wasn't. It was just a blip on the radar. Probably most of you out there have now forgotten that even happened. And admittedly, I hadn't thought about it probably since then. It's like, oh yeah, just another volatile day that's in the past, distant memory at this point. And then Will Clemente also tweeted this out. No, a liquidation cascade does not invalidate macro on-chain supply dynamics. Got the leveraged apes off our backs for now. Fundamental investor activity still looks very strong. And so there's another analyst, and they do all feel this way. I've tracked tons of chart analysts today. I just pulled up some of the tweets I found more interesting, but I looked at way more. There is no analyst that I follow that today, based on today's price action, thinks that, oh, now things have suddenly changed. The macro view has changed. No, things are going to be worse. No. I'm not seeing that from anybody. Nobody thinks that. Not that I follow. We're going to be moving up to the, straight on up to the upside. Give it a little time. But like I showed you, the volume came in. Price is already snapping back up. This is not a time to be fearful for logical humans, I don't think, anyway. It really was just a bunch of people that were leveraged, and then that automatic, understand, we're talking about automatic liquidations here occurring in a very, very big way. This is a huge part of what was happening here. Here's a tweet that I liked from chart analyst Michael Vandepop. He wrote, many coins just coming all the way back towards their levels before the crash of today. Shows enough during a crash, don't start trading. Don't listen to your emotions. Your portfolio balances are just a snapshot at that moment. Use the emotions of others for yourself. Yeah, if anything, that's a better way to word it. I'm just observing the humans doing what they're doing, but man, do I want to be one of those lemmings running one after another off of a cliff? Hell no. Moonlamb ain't got no goddamn time for that, and so I shall not. And then you got Peter Schiff, of course. He's just coming in, and you know Peter Schiff, gold bug, lovable gold bug Peter Schiff. He had to put in his 2 cents here because everybody cares about what he has to say about Bitcoin and crypto. And he wrote the following. Welcome to Bitcoin, El Salvador. Your national currency just lost over 15% of its purchasing power in under an hour. Get used to it. Just another perfectly orchestrated pump and dump by the Bitcoin whales. Too bad this time they had to sacrifice an entire nation to pull it off. Oh, and by the way, I didn't pull up a tweet for this, but apparently the nation of El Salvador bought the dip. So I think they bought like 50 more Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. Just noting that. Yeah, I think they have 550 Bitcoin now. And then there was this, and this is just so funny. This is a tweet that was shared by an account called IncomeSharks on Twitter. And it says here, remember when he said, talking about Peter Schiff, remember when he said not to buy Bitcoin at $3,800? And here you go. Here's a chart showing price action going back towards basically the beginning of 2018. And right here where I'm circling is where this tweet came in, November 25th, 2018. And Peter Schiff tweeted out the following. Don't make the mistake of thinking that buying Bitcoin below $3,800 is a bargain just because the current price is better than 80% below its record high. Bitcoin's price could easily drop another 80% from here, and at $750, it would still be expensive. Now you can see here's the chart. What happened though? Yeah, good old Peter Schiff doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. I mean, look, I'm just counting on humans to continue behaving like they're behaving. I think that the past is gonna rhyme basically with like what's happening now, or well, the current what's happening now would rhyme with what's happened in the past, effectively just in terms of the human behavior here, and as a result, like I'm here for the bubble to inflate. I am waiting for it to get massively bigger than it is now. I think a huge chunk of it is going to happen in very short order, which is what has happened in the past. And that's it. That's it. But and by the way, even if you were right and Bitcoin went lower, like I still just would have kept buying. I was dollar cost averaging around this time frame, right? But yeah, even if Bitcoin had kept on going down, I just would have bought more, understanding that crypto's not going away. It's absolutely not going away. So that's why I keep saying, like, those people who have a sufficiently long time frame, a lot of them historically, let's just say they've been rewarded. But anyway, I hope you guys are all feeling okay out there. This is not a time for actual fear. I know the market's in fear right now. Well, technically it's neutral, but there are a lot of fearful people out there, and I understand why. It's not fun for people to see their investments go down. You put money in, and then it's worth less, and oh my gosh, it doesn't feel good. But it's crypto. Like, you got to understand, when you purchase something, there's about a 100% chance when you purchase something that at some point in the future it will be worth less than when you purchased it. And the reason is almost 0% of humans will ever buy the bottom of any portion of a market cycle. It's just not going to happen. But this isn't a reason to be fearful. This isn't a reason not to invest in the stock market or crypto, like that reason in and of itself. We should recognize that we don't know exactly for sure when the market's going to go up and go down, but look at overall bigger picture trends. Isn't that more valuable? I sure as hell think so. The fact that crypto, despite 80 or 90% plus down pullbacks at times, despite that, has been trending upwards for over 12 years, doesn't that mean something? Like, to me, the answer is firmly yes. This crypto asset class is not going away, and it represents tremendous opportunity. Over the next 10 years, the crypto asset class will be the best performing asset class on the planet, bar none. That's what I firmly believe anyway. We'll see if I'm right or wrong, but that's just how I feel at this point. So, I'll see you guys on the moon. I'm going to wrap up here, though. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.